that's a tremendous looking trophy.
Hello and welcome to Platinum Explosion, number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name is Tim Blyton. Joining me, as always, Ashley Hobley.
Hey John, excited to be here as Sony Interactive Entertainment's received 20 Game of the Game Award nominations. The Xbox is 2.
Is that factual?
Yep, Xbox Game Studios only received 2 nominations.
Oh, we'll have to put our games together. You know? They're coming in late. You know? They fucking Pentiment reviews came out today and it's like, best thing on it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, you know, what's that tell you? Yeah. Not good at release scheduling.
Yeah, that's right. They literally have the embargo for this. Their best review thing of the year dropped the same day the Game Awards dropped. So yeah, good timing. Yeah, go PlayStation. Fuck Xbox. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah. Use that audio clip.
This week in the trophy cabinet, gold trophy God of War Platinum PSVR pre-orders are out. There's I don't know. I feel like I'm repetitive at this stage, talking about God of War for like a fucking month, but that's fine. All right, let's get into it. God of War. Ash, you're finally playing it. You're about 8 hours in. Give us your impressions as someone who, you know, I hated the first one.
I liked the first one.
So was the words. Do you like the first one? Yeah. What are your impressions?
Yeah, it's more of the same. I think it took me a little bit to get back into the rhythm of the combat. Like I kept pressing circle to try and dodge. It's X. It's like, I don't know, just one of those weird quirks that you get from playing a bunch of other video games. I'm enjoying the story so far. I think it's interesting the way Kratos and Atreus have kind of been developed over the several years that we don't get to see. Yeah, I'm intrigued where the story is going. Obviously, a large number of new characters introduced. I'm enjoying a lot of the puzzles and like figuring out what you can and can't do. Of course, there's that element of like Metroidvania-ness of like there's these air pipe things that I can't do anything with. That's just frustrating, but yeah, I'm enjoying it all so far. Yeah, there's a bunch of spoilery stuff so far that I don't want to talk about. But yeah, it's been pretty epic so far. It's lots of cool moments. Yeah, I don't know exactly where the story's going to go, but I'm keen to find out more.
I was going to say, how do you feel? Like, I feel like I can be a little bit less, like not spoilery, but like a little bit less. There's especially some things in the first like hour. But how are you liking the performances of Thor and Odin?
Thor and oh man, you only get a small glimpse of them, but yeah, they're fucking great. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought Richard Schiff as Odin would work, but I mean, it's kind of perfect. Yeah, I always thought Odin would be like a bigger figure, but I guess, you know, a little bit more of a political wormy kind of person makes more sense. And then Thor's cool, like massive. The design's great. You know, anyone who was complaining about him being a bigger boy is wrong.
Bigger boy,
plain and simple. Yeah,
that part.
He's a big boy.
The first time Kratos and Thor meet, just like they have that shot where it's like they get like real close head to head, and the fact that Kratos is like, looking up.
All these Norse gods, they're very tall. They make Kratos look very small.
They do. It's funny. How are you feeling about seeing one Nicholas Pryor, Explosion online at the moment?
This is why. No.
Yeah, this is why.
I mean, it's not surprising, really. His taste in video games is a bit all over the place, a little bit eccentric. I don't know how long he's been playing or how much time he's put in. I'm pretty sure he got put off by the first 10 minutes where something happens.
Yeah, well,
he's like, no, I can't abide this video game. How are you going to do that to me in the first 10 minutes? It's unacceptable. But yeah, clearly, I mean, it's interesting because, you know, obviously the reviews came out, they were all very, very, very positive.
99%. There was like the 1 or 2, 6. Or
I mean, yeah, there was a couple. But in the years, like, obviously God of War there was a bunch of positive reviews for that. But in like the years since, there's been like a lot of people that we've talked to, we've seen in our circles, be like, I'm not hot on God of War. I feel like probably to a certain extent, like the God of War reviews were done by people who love God of War, and this game probably, with present company excluded, gave people more of what they wanted. You know, so if you didn't love God of War, I don't suspect this would have changed your mind very much.
No, I feel like if you didn't like,
if you're not invested in characters, if you're not invested in, like if you don't enjoy the combat. Because it's not Soulsborne like level combat. It's like
but it's funny hearing you because Kieran said the same thing about the dodging. I don't think I dodged ever in the game, like complaining about the dodge button. Like I only ever block.
See, but I suck at parrying. So.
Yeah, like I don't think I ever.
I mean, parrying's even worse because it's like left bumper. I had to. No.
Yeah, it's easy. Maybe that is
but then you get the dudes with the red circles attacks.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm dodging them. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I just can't think of like I definitely didn't. I can't think of like when I'm trying to picture myself playing it, and I'm like, I feel like most of the time I'm just blocking or parrying. Like I'm not playing it like Batman Arkham.
Your shield gets broke.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Your shield gets broken in one of the instance. Kind of block then.
You still block
early in the game.
You still can block.
No.
I think you can.
No.
For the very short time, I can't remember because it's fucking like it was a month ago at this stage. All right, couple of we'll come back to. I feel like at this stage, so you're enjoying it. I feel like we'll just not talk about it until
it'll be an ongoing story. The sooner we get this over and done with, the sooner I can
get back to what?
Get back to playing it.
Oh yeah, true. Good point. Yeah, we'll do it. I think we'll just stop talking about
what have you decided? Are you gonna platinum it?
I would like to. It's just like the time at the moment. There's so many other things. So maybe eventually, I'd like to. Like I like the game a lot. Obviously, gave it 10, but I'm not gonna. I can't justify at the moment go back to God of War when there's so many other things I just need to be doing.
It looks like it's pretty big. So I mean, at least the fast travel kind of helps.
Yeah. Well, I saw people saying estimate. Like I looked at the PowerPix trophy guide or whoever it was. I think it was PowerPix. I think they had it at what I assumed was the guesstimate around 50, 60 hours sort of thing. But that sounded about, that was what I was assuming based on the first game and everything. So I'm not like scared off by the time. And I feel like a lot of the stuff I've already sort of done or like I've started and like I didn't rush through the game. Like there's areas I've cleared out and stuff. So, we've talked about the Ravens and whatever else. So, but I also feel like I would nearly, like I'll totally, when I go back to it, I'll do that thing of like, if I'm going to be running between areas, just trying to find some collectibles and whatnot, I'm just bumping that shit down to story mode. So I can just fucking like one hit enemies if I run into them. I don't have time for this shit. Get out of my life. Funny little story I thought I would mention because I thought it was, I missed this or I can't recall this or my brain didn't click onto this if I heard it in the game. But press start had the story. God of War Ragnarok makes Kratos' appearance in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale canon. As fans of the previous games will know, one of the great details in these tales are the casual conversations that the characters have as you're exploring the world, especially a plethora of stories and legends that Kratos and Atreus, constant companion, head without a body, Mimir has to offer that hasn't changed at all in the just released sequel. And one example that stood out to us in our time with the game isn't as much a story from Mimir as it is his curiosity as a tale he'd heard of Kratos' previous exploits. The conversation has Mimir say, "I've also heard that you once fought in a tournament." Kratos says, "I fought in many contests." And Mimir says, "But this particular one, I heard you do battle with beasts, scoundrels, princesses, the undead, automatons, and history's greatest musician? That's not true. That's not true, is it?" And Kratos said, "I would not speak of this." And then Mimir just says, "Fair enough, brother." So it was a little funny Easter egg. But yeah, there. Apparently, PlayStation All-Stars, the game that we all want a sequel to, officially canon in God of War. So there you go. Officially means that Spike.
Were there zombies in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was undead, medieval. So Daniel Forsky.
What?
Who? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what. Oh, yeah, that's what you meant to say. And another thing God of War related to quickly shout out is I don't know if you can still book. Fuck knows. But if you live in Melbourne or Sydney and you somehow haven't seen this already, I don't know how you say it. MJØLNER?
Yeah, sure.
MJØLNER. Like a Nordic restaurant thing that's in both Sydney and Melbourne have teamed up with PlayStation and they've done this exclusive God of War Ragnarok menu and stuff like that, and you can book online at. Let me try and quickly click on the menu reservations for Melbourne.
It's still running till the November 20th, but whether there's still reservations, I'm not sure.
Let's see if I were to try to do 20th. And there are still some reservations, like not for everything. There's like chunks booked out, obviously, but I mean, yeah, if you somehow live in those locations and you want to go eat some God of War inspired food, you know, miss some Midgard, miss some Niflheim, Dwarves Forge, whatever all these things are. Pork, it's all meat. It's meat. Not really vegetarian or vegan friendly, to be honest. This meal, but that's fine. So that was pretty cool team up to see. Lots of weird and cool team ups between the Sonic thing and this and whatever else going on at the moment.
Yeah, shame they're just in Melbourne and Sydney, am I right?
I like a world where you can complain when there's no. I just accepted any and all stage, any of these things, without even looking to see where they're going to be.
You know, maybe throw another city a bone. Is what I'm saying. You know, people out in Perth, they deserve some love as well.
It's always the. Didn't you get some though? Like these, like when they do these drinks team ups, you can get those. When they did the donuts, you could have got those. I think
I did get donuts.
Yeah, that's right. You did get donuts. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you get shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, those are in like rather widespread companies, like all the boba tea places. Yeah. They're pretty spread all over the country. So.
Team up with. It has to be McDonald's. Yeah. It's literally just do McDonald's. Go get my fucking Overwatch meal again. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, apparently PlayStation's 2 years old.
What? PlayStation's 2 years old?
Sorry, PlayStation 5 is 2 years old.
Ah.
To clarify. I didn't realize the birthday was coming up, but Kotaku had a story that went up yesterday as I'm recording. PlayStation 5 2 years later. So I was like, oh shit, that's right. PlayStation did come out in November. Hey, 2020. Time's a blur. Things are great. You know, COVID, world lockdown. Forgot. Anyway, PlayStation's 2 years old. PlayStation 5's 2 years old. Fuck me. The points they list down this article, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I was just going to say yay or nay if you agree. Availability is improving. Yes. I don't know how much do you reckon? Do you reckon you...
Well, when I went to my local game store retailer to pick up my copy of God of War Ragnarok, the person there was selling a PS5, so I'm pretty sure.
I mean, was it a God of War one or was it a normal one?
Yeah, it was God of War one, God of War bundle. So, yeah, I think they're much easier to pick up now. Still, probably not like a guarantee. You walk in every single shop, you'll get one, but you know, if you do the legwork, you'll be able to pick one up.
I had some God of War and Horizon bundles come through my store recently. At the same time, they rocked up. Gone. They go quickly still. And it's always funny because it's people like, hey, you probably don't, but just wondering, do you have any PlayStation 5s? Do you care about God of War? Not really. Do you want one that comes with God of War and you have to pay more money? Yes, if that's a choice. You know, like, well, there you go. The price has gone up. We can't really argue with this one. So, yeah, this is just a change. Of course, the price has gone up. This is just a matter of fact. So, blah, blah, blah. So, in case people forgot, the previous prices were $5.99 for the digital console and $7.49 for the disc console, and the new prices now sit at $6.49 for the digital and $7.99 for the disc version. So, there you go. And then the last point on here that's changed is at least the PS5 has games.
Sure does.
They're right here.
Game Award nominee worthy games.
True, this was
Unlike
written
the
before all the
Xbox.
stuff was rated. Yeah. And then the other thing that's changed, it's not really a PlayStation 5 thing, but then there's the PlayStation Plus tiers, of course. That's the only other major change in the last 2 years, I guess. Yeah, how are you feeling about your PlayStation 5 2 years in?
Still running.
Yeah, it's good. It's about how I feel too.
Yeah.
I'm at this thing because I see people bring up these articles and stuff, you know, about the PS5 Pro. And we talked about it before where it's coming. Like, the fact is that it's going to come. Whether you want it or not, doesn't
Eventually.
matter. It's going to come. I don't feel like we need it, but they're definitely developing it, like making it, because, you know, these things take time. So anyway, let's get into some other news then. PlayStation Plus Extra Deluxe games for November. Here is the stuff you can download if you're subscribed to the Extra and the Deluxe tiers. Well, I mean, it's all basically for Extra tier, to be completely honest. I don't know why anyone plays for the fucking higher tier. Anyway, Extra tier members can get Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. Fucking if you don't have that already. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remakes, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, Oddworld Soulstorm Enhanced Edition, the Tom Clancy's Division 2, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Chorus, What Remains of Edith Finch, and The Gardens Between, and also coming later this month at some point, undisclosed, they didn't say when, but Earth Defense Force World Brothers, Earth Defense Force Iron Rain, and Oni Chanbra Origin, whatever the fuck that is, I don't know. How do you feel about that list? Kingdom Hearts, eh?
Lots of Kingdom Hearts. You know, if you haven't played Kingdom Hearts yet, now's the time, I guess. If you want to replay them, and you don't want to fish out that box
sure.
in your cupboard, you know, that's good. I mean, very solid month, I mean, you know. Skyrim, people can jump back into that, you know. Get in there before, you know, they just really announced that Wild Hunt is coming to, Witcher 3 is coming to next gen, so
yep.
Play your Skyrim, then play your Witcher. Yeah. I mean, the addition of Rainbow Six Siege, that's probably a reasonably big deal. Seeing as that's a game that is still very much alive and well. And, you know, constant updates and that kind of stuff. As well as, you know, the Division 2. You know. Yeah. Pretty solid month for fantasy players and multiplayer gamers, I guess.
Yeah, the one on there that stood out to me, I was like, Melody or Memory. I did want to play because that's the music one.
That's the rhythm game?
Yeah, the rhythm one that came out last year, I think, or maybe the year before. I can't remember. But I never actually got around to playing it. So that was the one where I was like, yeah, I want to jump into that and play some Kingdom Hearts music. That's the only thing amongst all that. So, and then the deluxe tier, nothing. Again, 2 months in a row. Where's the fucking PS1 games? This is bullshit. What the fuck is the point of playing for this deluxe tier?
No, yeah, we've been swindled.
Really? They're like, the deluxe tier, you can get access to demos and shit and whatever else. Cool story, bro. I want the PS1 games, all right?
Have there been any demos added recently?
Oh, fuck if I know.
That's a good question.
Probably not. Who cares about the demos? Give me fucking PSP games and PS1 games, you know? Like, that's what I subscribe to tier for. It doesn't matter that I probably aren't going to play them because I don't have time. It's the fact that they're not there. That's the annoying part. So, but it's 2 months in a row. I really thought last month when I complained about this, I'd be like, nah, surely it'll just be a 1 month thing. But anyway, see how Santa Claus comes through for December and see if that changes at all. According to a new report, Sony has partnered with the developers of the Guild Wars series to develop a presumed mobile MMO set in the Horizon series. So, the project is called H. That's the code name of a project that's being developed at NC Soft, developers of Guild Wars. I I don't want to assume too much, but H definitely is the letter of which starts with the Horizon name. And it was spotted by VG247. It was originally reported by MTN, and there was like a bunch of translation stuff in there. So, but it wouldn't be surprising, I guess. The only thing I want to clarify with this story, and I made sure to like put it in my opening paragraph, is anyone else I've seen reporting this seems to bury the fact that it's probably going to be a mobile game at like the bottom of the the news story. Like it always starts with Horizon MMO and works, and then blah, 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 blah. It's probably going to be a mobile game, probably. But it would make total sense. Like the fact that you'd be disappointed, like, oh, why is it mobile? I'm like, of course it is going to be mobile. How many times in the last 6 months have I read a story on here with old mate talking about how they want to move PlayStation and get all their big franchises and IPs running on mobile and have like successful mobile games and all this sort of shit. So Horizon MMO on mobile, making a fuck ton of money on microtransactions and whatever else. Of course that's a thing. Nothing about this shocks me. I don't know. How do you feel?
No, that makes a lot of sense. I think, the world of Horizon has the potential like to work in an MMO. I mean, you've already got you can select whichever clan you want to be part of. Because obviously everybody's not going to be playing as Aloy. I mean, no one's going to be playing. You're going to be playing as like random hunter dudes. Building up your clan or something like hunting down monsters together. Yeah, I think the potential is definitely there. Like if they nail a good gameplay loop, if it's graphically good, like if it could get to the point where it's like a Genshin Impact and can be like playable on. Yeah.
I think that's
console.
That would be the aim. That would be the pitch. Like we want Genshin Impact, but Horizon.
Yeah. So if that's what they're aiming for and they can deliver, I mean that seems like a very smart business decision.
Yeah, I think so too. And I actually feel like in this day and age, if you're going to make an MMO, making an MMO targeted for mobile is actually probably way better than making one for PC. Because I feel like the PC market is just, there's only two. Like there's literally just World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy. And then any other time you try and see, or even like 10 years ago, anytime you saw some new MMO try and launch, people would try it, they'd play it for a couple months, they'd go back to WoW. Like anyone who plays MMOs on PC is just so dead set into one of those two games. Do you know you can play up to level 100 for free? No. Whatever the cult
I hear that occasionally.
Yeah. The cult slogan, yeah. Naughty Dog, Last of Us. Upcoming spin-off multiplayer only The Last of Us game has got a new developer on the deck with Anders Howard joining the team. So Anders Howard left Epic Games. He was originally working with Fortnite on the free-to-play model and all these sorts of things over there. For 8 years he was there, and now he's joined Naughty Dog as the principal monetization designer. In my opinion, I think this very much just 100% confirms that the game's going to be free to play. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to all the dances coming to Last of Us sections. The floss, I have no other names for dances. All the TikTok dances, they're coming to
You joke, but in Uncharted...
They're going to be locked behind a paywall, unlike in the original game, and then gamers will get very angry that they have to pay for these dances.
I was gonna say you joke, but they had emote dancers in the Uncharted 4 multiplayer, I think, from memory. They had little dances and emotes you could get them to.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing the Nathan Drake's dance. So. Yeah, I'd be upset because there's no dancing in the apocalypse. There's always time for dancing.
That's fair. I think this all makes sense. We all assumed that the game was going to be free to play anyway because it made the most sense, I think, like to make that successful and build it as this. Sony's so interested in games as service going ahead that having the Last of Us factions or whatever ends up being called as a games as servicing makes total sense. And having someone who spent 8 years working on Fortnite and Epic, like one of the key people come over to help out and be in charge of the monetization and how to do that properly. That's a smart hire, I think. And that doesn't mean he brings over and does the exact same shit as Fortnite. It's like, it's just, you've got someone who understands how to get someone to spend money and not turn people off from wanting to spend money, which I think is the important thing when you're trying to like monetize free-to-play games. You want to do it in a way that, we always talk about like there's certain things that I feel like are totally fine and certain things that just feel gross and yucky. So you got to ride that fine line. So.
PSVR for the players.
All right, and the only other thing I had to mention was PlayStation VR2 pre-orders live. They went live literally as we started recording. I got mine in, of course. EB Games, smashed it. The only thing we won't be able to see, because because when we're recording this, but I'm interested. What do you think? Do you reckon they'll actually sell out or they won't?
No. I don't think they will.
But I'm just wondering. But
no, actually, they will sell out, but not like how it was with the PS5, and it's like an hour later, no one can get one anymore. Yeah. I think it'll be like a week or so.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think like they're going to sell out as fast as PlayStation, but I still feel like there's going to be a limited like production.
Limited number. Yeah, there's going to be less PSVRs than there were PS5s.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if they at least say, hey, the first wave's done. If you pre-order now, you get one in like January or some shit. I don't know. We will find out in the next week, but that was the only thing else that happened. So I don't know if I haven't seen anyone say shit on Twitter as far as, at least when I quickly looked as we've been recording and saying like, hey, I got my pre-order and anything. Like, I don't think most people give two fucks, but that's totally fine, I guess. We'll see how it goes. I assume you're not going to?
No.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, that'll do it for this week's episode of Platinum Explosion. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, explosionnetwork.com/Twitter, explosionnetwork.com/Discord. You can let us know your spoiler 3 thoughts if you're enjoying God of War or you hate it. We're like one Nicholas Pryor. And did you pre-order a PSVR like me? Because I pre-order everything apparently. And then you can check out explosionnetwork.com for all the reviews, news previews, and all that sort of stuff. And then check out explosionnetwork.com/support, where you can donate as little as $1 to help support our lives. And until next week, remember, every trophy counts.